Why wasn't the DRS activated earlier at Imola? I think it's fair to say that the Sunday race for the Emilia Romagna Grand Prix wasn't exactly a thriller. In fact, the sprint race on Saturday was probably better for action and definitely better for the battle at the front. But anyway, I'm not here to just say how bad the race was. I'm here to discuss the FIA's decision to not activate the DRS until lap 35, when all the drivers had been on dry tyres for quite a substantial amount of time, and there was very much a dry line. Let's take a look at the arguments in favour of the FIA's decision. Of course, only last year did we have a similar scenario where it was a drying track and Russell used DRS to attempt an overtake on Bottas, and it didn't go very well. George dipped a wheel on the wet grass and it was game over for both the Williams and the Mercedes. So of course, there were definitely some learnings there for the FIA. The use of DRS with a slight kink to the left down towards turn 2, which is narrow at the best of times, means there is a slightly higher risk because remember, when the DRS is open, the car also has a loss of rear downforce. And when you only have one dry line, it can cause all sorts of issues. So I do understand there being an element of caution with the decisions being made, or not made in this matter. It's worth mentioning we will probably not get any clarification at all from the FIA, as they don't tend to explain things like this unless it gets really bad. Abu Dhabi. For the 2021 Turkish Grand Prix, the FIA failed to clarify their questionable decisions around DRS then too. So instead, we have to speculate why they chose to do what they did. They don't feel the need to justify every decision they make. So what about the flip side of the argument then? This is where I sit personally. We've seen races in the past where DRS has been activated when the drivers are still on intermediates, let alone dry tyres. There are no set measures to say when the drag reduction system can or can't be used. It's purely a decision that rests on the FIA's shoulders. We heard it in commentary, and we also saw it from you, the fans, on Twitter, with 86% of a 20,000 strong vote saying that DRS should have been activated earlier. We saw opportunities for both Hamilton on Gasly before he got stuck in a DRS train with Albon being the conductor, and Leclerc on Perez both not amount to anything due to the DRS not being available for the attacking driver to use. I'm not saying for a second that the delay changed the complexion of the race, but it certainly robbed us of some entertainment. Sebastian Vettel disagrees, and fair enough, I'll take an F1 driver's opinion over my own any day. He was asked about whether DRS should have been activated earlier on the F1 post-race show, with which he said, "I don't think so. The asphalt here is rough, so it might be dry on top, but still wet underneath." I think it was correct. I think a lot of fan aggravation, including my own, may have stemmed from the fact our expectations for a crazy race were heightened by the changeable conditions at the start of the race, but we didn't quite get the classic we were all expecting. There you have it, a look into why the FIA decided to delay activating the DRS. Which side do you choose? Are you for or against the decision made during the race? Let us know in the comments section below.